There are a lot of horrible moments in hockey.
Power goes to the corner of the pass and oh wow!
Some have been genuinely scary, while others involved hair pulling, jersey tugging, and even punching players who aren't defending themselves. It's sad to see the game lacking sportsmanship in such a pathetic and ugly way. But truth be told, this isn't a new thing in hockey. Over the years, there have been many bad fights and hits leading to some really scary injuries. Some injuries came from innocent plays, some from silly mistakes, and others from downright mean attacks. But this video takes things to a whole new level. Here, things may get a little uncomfortable. Some blood may be seen and scary and gruesome images may be displayed. This video will show you the most terrifying near-death experiences in the NHL. Let's get into it. First off is Chris Pronger, near-death experience on ice. In 1998, during a playoff game in Detroit, Blues defenseman Chris Pronger fell on the ice after getting hit by a slap shot to the chest. Now, here's the kicker. Despite the slap shot, Pronger still played for a few seconds before the effects hit him. He eventually lost consciousness and collapsed.
He took the slap shot into the chest. The trainer's out there quickly, and you can see with that slap shot into his ribs and chest.
This happened on a Sports Plus Sunday in the KSDK sports office while they were covering the Blues game. Matt Winter was in Detroit for live reports, and the staff watched the Fox broadcast. When Pronger went down, the room got silent, and the day's plans shifted. The lasting image from that moment is Pronger unconscious, staring with wide open eyes. The chest hit caused a heart issue, and Pronger was unconscious for about 20 to 30 seconds. All of this occurred on Mother's Day. Let's switch gears to Ondrej Pavelec, a Czech guy who used to play ice hockey for the Atlanta Thrashers. They picked him in 2005, and he stuck with them when they turned into the Winnipeg Jets in 2011. Later on, he wrapped up his hockey career with the New York Rangers. This great player, during his time with the Atlanta Thrashers, just 2 minutes and 25 seconds into the game, he suddenly passed out and stayed still on the ice. People said it was a one-time fainting spell. His head hitting the ice kept him knocked out. Quite a surprising and unsettling moment for him and the team. Thankfully, this was not a career-ending incident. He was evaluated and in good health 1 month later.
Oh my gosh. Oh boy. Ondrej Pavelec flat on his back.
Coming up next is about Adam Mark Burish. He is an American former professional ice hockey winger who played in the National Hockey League with the Chicago Blackhawks, Dallas Stars, and San Jose Sharks. He is currently an analyst covering Blackhawks games on NBC Sports Chicago. But terrifying facts about his life have always been kept guarded. Burish once had a near-death experience during his time on the ice. Burish had a real close call when a skate blade came near his throat. It could have been super serious, even life-threatening. Luckily, in the end, it seemed like he only ended up with a cut. Scary stuff, but at least it didn't turn out as bad as it could have. Funny fact is that his near-death experience was caused by his own teammate Ben when he was in the Chicago Blackhawks.
Oh yeah, if you don't like it, watch yourself. The blade of Ben Eager right up against the neck, and it just grazed him. And look how close it is.
Now we have a battle of sticks. 40 years ago, on September 21st, 1969, Wayne Mackey seriously harmed Ted Green during a hockey game. Ted Green, known for his aggressive play in the National Hockey League, was a skilled and feared player. On the other hand, Wayne Mackey, a younger player at 24, was trying to establish himself in the league. During an exhibition game between the Boston Bruins and the St. Louis Blues, Mackey struck Green on the head with his hockey stick, causing severe brain hemorrhaging. It's worth noting that during that time, players didn't wear helmets, a rule that would be implemented later in 1979. Green, then 29, faced a life-threatening situation as a result of this incident. This accident was typical old-school hockey, just swinging your stick around like it's a sword, and no one's life really matters.
Bruins in the head. Green suffers a compound skull fracture, has 2 brain operations, and a plate put in his head.
Now let's shift to Trent McCleary. His accident is similar to the Chris Pronger situation from earlier in this video. But instead of blocking a slap shot with his chest, Trent McCleary takes a puck to the neck. That must have been a lot of pain. He stays down till he's stretched out of the building. On the pitch, he cracked his larynx and ruptured his lung, and it has been reported that he was on the verge of death. He was in critical condition and had to use a respirator to breathe. Facing that shot again, McCleary said he wouldn't hesitate, not even for a moment. Even with the knowledge that the puck could shatter his larynx, cutting off his oxygen, and the gruesome sight of blood spewing out. This happened on a memorable afternoon, January 29, 2000, in the Molson Center, witnessed by thousands in the arena and countless viewers on television. Alright, moving on. We have Damon Lenko. You know, when you first hear about near-death moments in the NHL, you assume it's player on player, but the puck is just as lethal as anyone else on that ice. In this Damon Lenko near-death moment, the puck hits his teammate. Lenko takes a tumble, and then BAM! The puck decides to give his nameplate a smack. He landed on his head on the ice, which wasn't good. Luckily, it wasn't as bad as it could have been, and Lenko only ended up with a cracked bone in his back. Rich Peverley would have probably been dead without the quick reaction of the Dallas Stars medical staff. The tension in the arena after Rich Peverley drops unconscious on the Stars bench is enough to send chills down your spine. During a game, Peverley experienced a brief stoppage of his heart, leading to an immediate postponement of the game. In the first period, while on the bench, Peverley seemed to have a cardiac arrest. The Stars players responded appropriately by moving out of the way and asking the refs to halt the game so that EMTs could immediately traverse the ice and provide any assistance they could. After rushing Peverley from the bench, the medical professionals began chest compressions and subsequently deployed a defibrillator. These devices can help restart the heart quickly. He later regained consciousness, but his first questions were how much time was left and if he could return to the game. What a hockey freak he is. Similar to the last incident is Jiri Fisher's near-death experience. He had a seizure and collapsed on the bench. In these scary situations, teammates and coaches become responsible for responding, and they wasted no time coming to the aid of Fisher. The game was also suspended for the first time ever in the NHL. What happened is basically this. Fisher was on the ice for a while, then he came off and stood or sat on the bench with his teammates. Suddenly, he had a seizure and fell forward, ending up on his side. Not the kind of breakaway move we were expecting. But kudos to his team that stopped the game immediately and summoned medical help. They started doing CPR right away because his heart had stopped, and there was no pulse. They used an auto defibrillator, shocked him, and got his heart going again. They did an excellent job making sure he was okay. This also marked the end of Fisher's career as an NHL player. He quit hockey at the young age of 25. We all know that in hockey, things happen really fast. Ryan Johnson, playing for the Vancouver Canucks, had a moment where he lost his balance and crashed into the boards. It was a tough collision, and everyone in the arena, whether on the ice or in the stands, knew the game needed to be stopped right away. Johnson went hard into the corner, and then Mike Bernstein quickly came onto the ice. The collision looked awkward, ugly, and pretty painful in the Red Wing zone. We've already seen a player get cut by a skate, but this next one is on another level. Richard Zednik, a player for the Florida Panthers, faced a scary moment in February 2008. During a game against the Buffalo Sabres, his teammate, Olli Jokinen, accidentally slashed his neck with a skate blade. Zednik was losing blood at a massive pace because his carotid artery got cut. Now, this whole drama unfolded when Jokinen got into a tangled mess with the Sabres' Clark MacArthur. Zednik, in a nice tumble, had his neck playfully kissed by Jokinen's skate blade, slicing the carotid artery, but narrowly missing the jugular vein. Talk about threading the needle, or in this case, the skate blade. Deciding he couldn't be a drama queen laying around, he bravely skated to the bench, leaving a trail of blood that Picasso would envy. Almost collapsing into the arms of a trainer, Zednik made sure to add some suspense before getting stabilized in the locker room. This was one of the craziest things that happened in Zednik's life. There are even more unbelievable things in Connor Bedard's life. Did you know that influential women are after Connor Bedard, and that he grew up in a drug-free country? Just click here to watch. Don't forget to like this video and hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.